Hi again guys, I'm going to do a wee review for you here on a simple, cheap yet reliable little dash camera. This is actually the model I originally had in my vehicle before I upgraded to the road talk system. It's a simple wee one that I bought off eBay. I actually sell these now as well. It's a 720 and 1080 HD DVR, portable DVR with a 2.5 inch flip down screen. This is the original packaging and box that it comes with all its details, etc. and other bits and bobs with what it comes with. In the box, now 9 times out of 10 you didn't get a battery with this. Sometimes you get sellers with that also provide a battery. 9 times out of 10 they didn't now, probably because of the Royal Mail postage and that. They didn't like to take batteries now because of everything that's in place. What you get in the box is, you've got your box, you've got your manual, both it's in English and in Chinese. You've got your camera body in its casing, you've got your suction cup mount holder for the windscreen, which screws into the top of the camera, your USB power cable, that can also be used if you've got a USB adapter. That could be used if you wanted to put your windy, like where my light bar is there just now, you could put it there, because it's a shorter version instead of having all the excess cable all about the place. And also your cigarette socket power cable with about 2.5 metres worth of cable, I think it is, which will go, like so if mine is sitting now for the road talk, it's placed here, and it goes under the glove box, up the door frame and along the ceiling to the actual camera. And even at that, I've still got some extra left over, which I've just wrapped with tape, and I've got a wee cubby hole there which comes in quite handy. Now that's my phone, that's nothing to do with this, that can get out the road. Now on that note as well, now as I mentioned as well, I sell these cameras now both on eBay, and I've sold a lot to family and a lot of colleagues because I trust the camera itself. As I said before, this is the one I originally had in my vehicle, and it does record in full 1080, but the package I provide, now that's a simple package there. The only thing that's missing out of that, and it's not provided with it, is a battery. Now the camera takes your old Nokia mobile phone lithium batteries, so if you've got any of them lying about, they come in handy, but you can get them off eBay for about £1. But 9 times out of 10 the cameras, when you buy them for any supplier on eBay or anywhere else, they don't come with a battery. But the package I can sell is, it comes with an 8 gig Kingston HD SDHC class 4 card, and your standard kit there that comes in the box. So literally, as soon as, if you've bought one for me before, or if you're thinking of buying one, the package I send to you is the standard kit there in the box that I've shown you, and I provide an SD card, so it's literally the full kit ready to go. Now you can buy them for about anywhere between about now £10 on eBay. You've got other options there where, now I say they go for about £10, they also go for between £10 buy it now and up to nearly £20. I sell mine at £19–20, and that's with a card. But 9 times out of 10, unless you find an odd supplier, an odd seller somewhere, they'll provide it with an extra battery or something like that for the £10. But 9 times out of 10 they don't. But I do, purely because there's no point in buying the camera and then you wait for the card to come in. I'll send you a full kit that way. As I said before, it comes with, it records in 720 pixels, which records at 60 frames per second, or 1080 full HD at 30 frames per second. But even at that, it's very smooth quality. If you look back at some of my very first videos that I've done on YouTube, which is probably about, I think there's about 7 of them, original, my first uploads to my page, they were all recorded on that model of camera, and they're good enough quality, but they were all recorded in 720. I didn't care how to change at the time, I didn't bother reading the manual, my bad. It was actually when I installed it from got my cousin one of the cameras and gave him one there a couple of weeks ago, I figured out how to date and time stamp the video footage on that model of camera, along with changing the pixels for 720 to full 1080. Also, as I said before, as mentioned, the camera comes with a 2.5 flip down screen on the bottom, on the underside. Now, as I said before, and I say this to a lot of folk, that screen's handy there if you're ever at the roadside, an accident you're involved in, or you happen to come across an accident, or you happen to witness a street fight, a crime, or anything like that you might have caught on your camera, and the police are involved and you're a witness to it. If you've got your dash camera fitted in with that 2.5-inch screen on it, it's handy because you can then show evidence to whatever the case may be, who started the fight, who hit who, or who crashed into who, or vice versa for yourself and anybody else on the roadside. You can show the police the evidence there and then, without having to go through the hassle of trying to give witness statements. You can actually provide the footage there and then and actually give a clearer story, and then try and remember everything else by heart for your own mind, because nobody ever remembers the full details, do they? So it's always helpful to have something to rely on to then go back to that. You can't argue it, because then it's video doesn't lie. As I say, it's a simple, easy, but it's very reliable system to operate. It records both your video and audio files into one file, which is automatic. When you stick in your ignition on, it'll automatically start recording video and audio. If you press the mode button, it'll take you to still photos, so it can be used as a camera. And if you've got the battery with it, or you get a battery for it, then if you're at the scene of an accident and you've been bumped, it allows you to then, via using the battery power, because obviously it'll charge as the battery's installed in it while you've got the car running. If you need to, you can take the car off the windscreen, off the windscreen of the car, take it outside and take a few snapshots or still photos for different angles, etc. Or even record video and just take a walk around of the scene. Also, you press mode for a second time, it'll then give you audio only recording. So if there's a conversation or something you want to refer back to or take mental notes for yourself, you can make an audio file. Another thing would be, if you press mode for a third time, it will then give you your playback, your preview files, and you can play back the footage there at the roadside, or check what you've commented on, or etc. anything like that. And I say that's basically about it, because it's quite a simple camera to operate. The only thing I would comment on that's not so much a negative, but it can be a negative, is if you've got your music or your radio quite loud in your car, as some people, as we all do now and again when a good song comes on, like that, if it's too loud, the camera's microphone is quite sensitive and it will just sound like a big droning sound through the camera when you play back the files. But other than that, the video isn't disturbed in any way, it's just the audio comes up hanging. But if you put the radio down, it'll pick up a conversation, it'll pick up anything that's getting said or anything that's been commented on really clearly. It is quite a relatively sensitive mic. And as I say, if you look back at some of my older videos, you'll see the quality of the video, the quality of the recording, and it is a good thing. And it also has 6 LEDs along the front, 3 on either side of the lens, which allows you, just for poor light conditions and nighttime driving, it does help the footage a wee bit better. It's no perfect, but then again, no dash camera it doesn't matter how much you spend. I've got a £250 Roadhawk HD with image stabiliser, GPS, road mapping, speedometer, G-force sensor, and all that stuff built into the thing, and yet even in low light conditions you get good enough quality video, but it's nowhere near perfect as the human eye sometimes, and that's just the way it goes. But by any means, for the price you can get it for, and the price I sell my kit for, along with everybody else's, it's on average, it's a cheap, easy to use, easy to operate, simple system that could save you a hell of a lot of money for any accidents, and save you a hell of a lot of time dealing with insurances, the police, or anything like that as well. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, to anybody that's got a car, or anybody that rides a bike or a motorcycle, is fit a camera somewhere, either on your helmets, in your windscreen for your vehicle, obviously legally position it in your vehicle and in terms of your car, or on your helmet to a motorbike rider or a cyclist, and because you never know what you might catch on the road, and you never know what might happen on the road. I've had plenty of folks say to me, you got any dash cams left? I've got a couple there now, and yet I'd offer them one, or say to them, he's looking for a dash cam? Nah, never had the need for one or anything like that. And yet one of either themselves or somebody in the family's went and had a crash, and like that, I should have took you up on your offer and got one there and then, because it would have saved a hell of a lot of time, money and trouble. I think that's about it really, because there's not much I can say apart from what I've said. It's a simple, easy to use system that you can go on eBay for £10 for the camera itself, and then you buy a card for like £3-4. I sell the full kit for £19 to £20 on eBay, and the same vice versa at boot sales or anything like that. But if you're local or anything like that, and I'm bringing it to you and I'm selling it to you, I'll come through and I'll happily install it for free and go over the workings and all the bits and bobs to do with the camera, so you're no hanged. But as soon as, it's literally just install it to your vehicle, plug it in, as soon as you turn the ignition on, it'll start recording and it runs on a loop system. Oh, that's the other thing. The camera records, and for the loop systems it records 1 minute files, 3 minute files, 5 minute files and 10 minute files. You've got the option there to pick and choose. I always say just put it on the 1 minute file, because then at the same time there's no point driving through 5 minutes, 10 minute worth of files. It's easier to find the file, but then you think you're trying to find it, locate a specific part. The 1 minute files allows you to see each wee individual bit of your journey, whereas a 10 minute file you're jumping back to maybe a different area. You could be driving for, like, say, Bathgate to Livingston, or the M8 motorway to Edinburgh for Bathgate, and yet you could be going, one file will show you the beginning of Bathgate, you hitting the motorway, the next minute you're in Edinburgh, and then you're having to scroll through 10 minutes worth of footage. So I always just leave it on the 1 minute, because then it's easier to locate that way. And that's all I can say on the thing, because it is, I've said it again, I'm sounding like a broken head here. Easy, simple, cheap to operate. Anybody has any questions, feel free to email me or leave a message in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer it. And I'll see you later, guys.